Isn't there a change coming to allow that second ADU?
A bill was passed last year by the Hawaii State Legislature. It was called SB 3202, which it does allow building a second accessory dwelling unit. Honolulu County, through its Bill 64, which is just the laws that regulate land use, now allows for one ADU and one sort of other accessory unit. The Big Island, Hawaii County, now allows for 3 accessory dwelling units on most residentially zoned lots. So they went above and beyond what the state required. Kauai was already in compliance. So the only county now that needs to pass a law to allow 2 accessory dwelling units is Maui County. And it was passed by a coalition of people and legislators who looked at the laws and realized, wait a second, maybe making building just one additional unit illegal is preventing a bunch of units from being built. Absolutely. Obviously, it is.
So I'm not making that up. I know I saw it, but when does the rubber meet the road on that? Who are we waiting on?
Just Maui County. So obviously, they have to implement these things, right? So implementation at the state passes law. County's going to take some time to pass the law, to define the rules of what can be built, and then maybe a year, 2 years down the line, you start to see people taking advantage of this. The real problem in housing policy or any policy is you are fighting today for a victory that will come 5 or 10 years later. It's hard. I understand oftentimes why our politicians either do nothing, or don't want to take risks, because let's say you do something. SB 3202 didn't pass unanimously. It was a real fight, and it was really close at the end. And there were a lot of legislators who are still upset about it, because they feel like it's going to change the character of their neighborhoods in Manoa or even Salt Lake. And there are people who worry that it's going to affect their lives. Their neighbor's going to build an ADU and parking and all of these things. And I'm not going to deny that that could happen to people. There are negative impacts. That policy is divisive. If you're a politician and I'm going to pass this law, people are going to write me angry emails, right? Maybe they're going to accost me in the Foodland checkout lane and say, why'd you do that? Should I do it even though people won't even build it for 5 years? Or should I vote no or do nothing? There are pressures, and some people don't believe this, but I believe politicians are humans too. And like all humans, they feel social pressure. They don't want to be yelled at. And increasingly, the abuse that politicians suffer,